KnoItAllz Nation, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, what's happening? It's your boy Tate in the building once again on a Wednesday afternoon as we get ready for football this weekend and stuff like that. Got a few things I want to talk about today. We'll wait till some more folk in the live chat get in here, but shout out to the homie Claude in the building. Jaime Carlo, what's up, fellas? Hope everything is well on this Wednesday afternoon. Dre in the building, Dre Green. I'm going to tell you what I know. Hey, more than that, man, I'm going to tell you what I think. I can't tell you everything I know. I might make you just as smart as me. Or at least, the very least, give you what I know to go with what you know, and I might be creating a monster, man. But, I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now, though, as far as it pertains to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tate's take on Steeler talk this week. That's where we at. But man, what's up, fellas? What kind of questions y'all got for this weekend? Any questions about the game Sunday? Curb, what up, man? Curb in the building. See you tonight, man. While we talking about that, while we talking about Curb being in the building, see him tonight, y'all be sure to tap in later on this evening. We got the Smash the Gas podcast with myself, Big G, and the Black and Gold Standard, a.k.a. the homie Curb in the building with us. We're going to be talking about what moves the Steelers potentially make at the trade deadline. More specifically, we'll get into wide receiver 2 prospects, though. It's all kind of chatter out here in Steeler Nation. I really don't know what's going on, but we let you know what we thinking tonight. Can't tell you what I know, Dre. I'm going to let you know what we thinking tonight, man. And watch Big G and Curb have some old foolishness to say. We're going to have to go ahead and kick them jokers out the whip, man. Y'all know how they get sometime on Wednesday night, man. But, yeah, so what we're going to talk about today, or what I want to talk about briefly, I'm not even going to be long because I've kind of had second thoughts about this, but we're going to talk about the Steelers, the free agents they picked up in the offseason. 2 good moves, 1 bad moves. Aaron Rodgers, I perceive as I see it now, Aaron Rodgers was a good pickup. Darius Slay, not so much a good pickup as it goes right now. But like I say, I got more stuff to say about that. I had my thoughts kind of changed as the week went on, but man, our boy Slay was in the air fryer last week, wasn't he? But so was all the Steeler DBs, man. I mean, but it just seemed like they left the homie Slay in that air fryer a little longer than anybody else was in there. Jalen was definitely in it, man. I mean, he better call Jamar Chase Chef Chase, like Chef Curry. That's what he needed to do. Call him Chef Chase because he was cooking Jalen. But you know what? I got a feeling Jalen going to get some get back here in a couple of weeks when we play them again. I think the scheme will be different, But let's go ahead and chop it up real quick about what I came to talk about initially. Dre, what you saying, man? Let's check out some of these chats, man. Dre is saying, Tate, I don't have a question, but I would like to know why the disrespect of the Steelers after they laid an egg Thursday night. I know they lost, but why such disrespect? Hey, man, that's Dre. That's typical Steeler fans, man. We the most when I say we, I include myself. We the most sometimey fans in the NFL, man. These jokers, when it's all good, it's all good. They waving their terrible towels and doing everything, and here we go and singing. We're going to the Super Bowl and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? All that traditional stuff that started back in the 70s. They want to, T.I. Jay-Z, bring them out. But, yeah, I get tired of it, man. I really get fed up with it. The fact that jokers be on board one week, the very next week they're off board. And I thought it was interesting, man. Shout out to the homie Dave Schofield, our brother on the Steel Curtain Network. He did some research. If y'all watch DK Sports, the Matt Williamson podcast, Scout's Eye, Dave tweeted the information that he researched to Matt. Matt talked about on the show yesterday. Turns out, as bad as the Steelers are, all the AFC North teams, including the Browns, when they host Thursday night home game, all of them, no matter the opponent, I'm not talking about within division, all of them have a better than 750 winning percentage. I believe, if I remember correctly, the Ravens are 9-0 at home on Thursday night. The Steelers are 9-2 at home on Thursday night. I think the Browns like 4-2, and the Bengals like something like 6-2, all winning records. They all have terrible records on the road Thursday night game. All AFC North teams. What we're talking about, the Steelers like 0-7, the Ravens like 2-7, the Browns like 1-5 or something. Like, all the teams have a terrible record. So yeah, we laid an egg, like the homie Dre said. Yeah, we lost a game that we thought we were gonna win. But it's the NFL, man. Stuff happens sometime, man. Stuff just happens sometime. I mean, so I don't have no worries about it. I think they'll be good Sunday evening when they play. But we'll see. That's true, Big Pun. They did give up 30 points to Justin Fields. That run defense was hurting in. But I mean, that's game one. That's game one with probably about 7 new players on defense playing and not all the starters. I'm not even gonna go there with you, Pun. You like to always come with the negative perspective. Say something positive sometime, man. We appreciate you tapping in. We appreciate your perspective, but man, change it up every now and then. But what I'm here to talk about today, people, Lord All Nation, is, like I said, the free agency acquisitions of Aaron Rodgers versus that of one Darius Slay. Let's look at the numbers real quick, right? Contractual numbers. That's what I want. Okay, let's look at the production. So far, this to this week right now. I'm just gonna hold this. This is my notes. I'm gonna read this. Excuse me. Through 6 games, Rodgers has completed 118 of 172 pass attempts for 68.6% completion percentage for 1,270 yards with 14 touchdowns and 5 interceptions and a passer rating of 105. Rodgers is tied for third most in touchdown passes this year so far. And he's played one less game because he's had his bye already. So he's tied for third in touchdowns. He's had his bye. And so he's played less games than whoever's leading. I believe that might be Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield, one of those guys. But Rodgers is in the discussion. Rodgers having a great year, 1,274. We threw, I believe, last year a combined 20 touchdowns between Russ and Justin Fields in 17 games combined. So we talk about Justin Fields like Big Pun just was talking about. And we had Justin Fields 0-7 now. 0-6 is the starter. The Jets are 0-7. We thought they stole our guy. And I think Justin Fields would have been better if he was still here in Pittsburgh. As I remember last year, we was 4-2 with Justin Fields at this very point. The Steelers are 4-2 now. There's 4-2 last year with Justin Fields as the starting quarterback. So, but now we want to talk about Justin Fields going to the Jets, being 0-7. But we made it to the playoffs with that guy playing a third of our season last year. But we always want to complain and give grief. Y'all don't see yet that the Steelers win with less. The Steelers win with less. That's a whole nother discussion. I'm gonna kind of touch on that when I get into some comments Darius Slay made. On the right is Slay's statistics. Well, Slay's game the other night against the Bengals. Darius Slay, the veteran, was credited with allowing 6 receptions on 7 targets for 80 yards and a touchdown. He also missed 3 tackles in this and against the Bengals. Somehow the all 22 tape on Slay was even worse than the numbers he allowed. Pro Football Focus would agree. Slay earned an overall grade of just 29.6 against the Bengals in week 7. The lowest of any player from either team. So Slay was probably the worst defender on the field the other night. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. Yeah, Slay probably was worst defender on the field the other night. And let's talk about the money. So we see which way the guys are trending, right? Aaron Rodgers in an upward trajectory at 41 years old. Seemingly, Slay not so much as a 34-year-old defensive back trying to guard probably one of the top 2 or 3, if not one, receiving tandems in the league, receiving duos in the league. The money. And I don't think Omar Khan's a dummy. This is called salary cap for dummies. The only thing I think was a bad move about it, I'm not so set on it now, is the fact that there is no out for Darius Slay contract. There's an out after this year, but right now you're essentially giving them $10 million for this season for poor production. But I think we can recoup some of that value, some of that, cost we paying out if we think about moving him or changing the schematics for Darius Slay, right? 34, he's probably not going to be man-to-man against your best wide receiver in the league, Jamar Chase. I mean, Jalen Ramsey either. They got cooked. Porter Jr., I think he could maybe be up to the challenge. And I think Ramsey in a good day. I think Ramsey will bounce back, like I said, when they play the Bengals again. I'm expecting a good performance from the defense this week. But let's look at the money numbers, right? So these are the contracts. I'll read Darius Slay's first. Darius Slay, stock going down, in my opinion. Darius Slay's 2025 salary with the Pittsburgh Steelers is a 1-year, $10 million deal that includes a base salary of $1.255. So, the base salary is $1.255. They already gave him almost $8.8 million in bonuses. So he's paid already. So it won't do him no good to cut him. They save $1 million, not even $1,255,000, because we a third of the way in the season now. So a third of that is probably about what you might save like $800,000 maybe if you were to cut him. This results in a total cap hit of approximately $10 million for the 2025 season. The $1.25 million against the cap and the $8.7 they've already paid out. But so as of right now, don't seem like Darius Slay is earning that $10 million a year. Would we rather have had Dante Jackson back for probably signed for 8 or 9? Would we have wanted that? I don't know. I think Slay, although Jackson had a good year last year, he was in the right place at the right time. I still think Slay is a better cover corner than Jackson. Let's look at Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' salary for the Steelers for this 2025 season is $13.65 million, with the potential turn up to an additional $5.85 million in performance incentives for a total potential value of $19.5 million. His salary cap hit for the 2025 season is $14.15 million. So Aaron Rodgers' salary is 13.6. Salary cap hit is 14.15, 14.1, call it 14, whatever you want to do. And with incentives, he can get up to $19.5 million. That's a bargain for a starting quarterback, putting up the numbers Aaron Rodgers has put up through 6 games. I think you just got to keep him. He's on pace to break Big Ben's all-time single-season Steeler touchdown record, which is 34. I believe Aaron Rodgers right now might be on the pace to get like 39. I think he'll get that record if they keep playing like they're playing, and if they add a receiver. And like I said, we'll talk about that tonight on the Smash the Gas podcast. Let me see. It's not just Chase, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Smith and Jibba, Hunter Henry. We're all running wide open. And all except the Jets and then Jibba, they won against Justin Jefferson. They won against Garrett Wilson. They won against Hunter Henry. I mean, it takes time for defense to get up to speed, and they have the personnel. Now, whether the personnel are being deployed right or the personnel is being executed right by said personnel, that's a debate. Dre Green said, Tate, would you agree? It's not how you start, it's how. Absolutely, Dre. I mean, these jokers, when the Steelers be around 12-5, 11-6, and have a home playoff game potentially, it's Claude once again on his coaching. With that being said, and then that's why I kind of changed on my Darius Slay take. I don't think it's, I guess you could call it coaching, Claude. I think it's more schematics. I think the intent is right. Mike Tomlin said in his press conference yesterday that, he's not married to any one thing. If you're not willing to adjust and make adjustments, then you're doing wrong. And the Steelers have adjusted. The Steelers start the season out playing Darnell Washington and Spencer Anderson in the jumbo package. I don't think they started out like that. I think they made adjustments out of necessity. Now that works. They're kind of sticking to it for now, but now the line's starting to play better, so they don't have to stick to it. I think they're looking to adjust and add an additional receiver before the trade deadline is up so they can be more explosive even. A lot of adjustments being made. I mean, we like to talk because a lot of us dwell on the negative. It's not always about the negative. What's up, Fee? Thanks for tapping in. Good seeing you. The homie Fee in the building. You bring your crew with you, Fee. Hopefully they all stalk you on in here. Hopefully. But yeah, so like I was saying, adjustments have been made. Now, is there adjustments that need made on defense? I agree. Do the Steelers need to maybe play one side of the field zone, have Joey Porter man-to-man? Do they play big nickel more? Keep Jalen Ramsey in the slot or put him back in safety? Stop trying to play him on the outside. I believe when he comes off the IL, which could be any day now, could be next week, Corey Triceoff, I think you try him out there. Another big avatar corner. Mike Tomlin has pretty much been said to held the players accountable. The players have spoken to the media and stuff this week. And I found this interesting watching a podcast. Darius Slay is on Richard Sherman's podcast every Monday. If you watch Richard Sherman's podcast. And this is what Slay had to say regarding if they learned anything from that performance, what Coach Tomlin had to say. Let's check that out real quick.
My team straightforward. Ain't too much positive. The only thing positive from my this is a learning experience of what we need to do better. So, hey man, we had a little meeting. He one thing about my team, man. Well, I do appreciate it. He thorough now. He gonna tell you what it is. And I know our first meeting, he told us what we here for, and we got our chance to get out there. We perform the way we need to. So. So we know we gotta be better. And you know what? And one thing I knew about this, about being in the division, you got another chance. So right, we got another chance at that, man. We gonna wait till that, but we gotta worry about this week coming up because this is a big game too as well. So, but yeah, man, my team, he's straightforward. He ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah. So he said, Mike T. They talked about it. He let the defense know they weren't up to par. And maybe it is those guys just aren't capable of man-to-man coverage, man-to-man press like we thought. That's why I say maybe you play zone on one side of the field where Darius Slay at and let JPJ, because he's bigger, he's physical, and he's younger. More importantly, he's younger. And try and go man-to-man against, take somebody out the game. Maybe it's the number 2 receiver. But if you take out the number 2 receiver and let Porter do that, and you have you have Slay and Jalen Ramsey over there, or the whole entire secondary scheming out the number 1 receiver, running double coverage of that, mixing up the coverage and stuff. I think that's the way to potentially go. So I'm not as bust on Darius Slay. I think there's a way to recoup its value with just how the asset is deployed, right? So the Steelers need to look into deploying that asset differently. I would be surprised if we don't see some different schematics against Green Bay. And can Darius Slay by himself take out not Jalen Ramsey, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, maybe not at the advanced age of 34. But the Packer receivers, where there's a lot of good guys, but no great guy right now, I think he can be effective in that game, and you'll see that this weekend. Aaron Rodgers, this is what I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I picked up Aaron Rodgers a couple weeks ago in my fantasy league. I'm playing him. I'm playing Jalen Warren. I'm playing the Steelers defense. I don't know what the Steelers going to do, but I know what I think they're going to do. And we'll talk about that on one of tonight's show. Feed with the super chat. Definitely appreciate you, Feed. Let's get Claude. He's had one first. Thank you, Claude. The Matrix General, the governor in the building, Claude, my boy. Claude says, just when I thought that they were ready, last Thursday showed me that they weren't. Same old shit. Claude, I won't disagree with you. If you were here early enough, I broke down all the AFC North Thursday night records on the road. All of them terrible. All of them terrible. I think that's the thing. I think the NFL needs to revisit Thursday night games. I mean, all teams play under the same conditions, but I don't think you're getting an optimal product on the field because guys are tired, guys on a short week, guys don't get a full week of recovery from whatever happened on Sunday. So I think that's part of it. And when you're at home, that's why the home teams in our division on Thursday night are so good. Because you get that home boost of energy. I'm like you. I thought the Steelers were going to win. I thought they should win. Joe Flacco came out, carved them up. The Steelers played a certain style of defense. The plan was for Flacco to get the ball out quick. And he got it out quick. And Jamar Chase was too much soft coverage, I think. I think they need to get up more. They may not play one-on-one, but, if you doubling somebody, maybe the corner that's over the receiver, you bump him, you slow his route down, give that rush a little extra half second to get to him. So that's my thought on the defense. Fee, thanks for the super chat. What are you saying, boo? Fee says, all right, Tate, I see you got jokes. The Big G. Wait, I see you got jokes like Big G, but my crew are evening podcasters. Well, bring them on over this evening, Fee, because we'll be on here for a couple of times with the homie Big G. Hey, I just know what I see in the evening. If I'm looking at Steelers Almighty with Big B and Big G, I see him out here in these podcast streets stalking you. So hey, I'm just saying, the more the merrier. Bring your crew on over. That's all I was saying. I didn't know that they don't show up at lunchtime. They probably got a lunch break. If you let them know you're here, they might rock out with us, right? I don't know. But like I said, I'm not as down on Darius Slay. I'm definitely up on Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers, I was watching Mike Florio. They're talking about Aaron Rodgers, how he's acclimated to Pittsburgh's culture, how he's not doing the McAfee podcast. He's staying out the way. And I think when he's in your building, I know we all had our preconceived notions about Aaron Rodgers, right? But since he's been in Pittsburgh, none of that has shown itself. I'd say right now, a 1-year sample size, but I think he's a better leader in the locker room than Big Ben was. Big Ben's an all-time great, taking nothing away from Big Ben. Big Ben 419, just like myself, from Northwest Ohio. So much respect to the homie. But Aaron Rodgers is kind of like teaching guys, helping the young quarterbacks. All the guys in the locker room seem to respect him. He stepped back from the McAfee show. I remember Big Ben was doing this show, the 93.7 The Fan, and, throwing AB under the bus. And, like, anytime he do that, not all the time, but some of the times he did that, some obviously would come out, you talking about the game, and I don't know if he's intentionally throwing people under the bus, but his comment, what he had to say about the game, the previous day's game or the previous weekend's game, it would kind of just place blame on somebody. And the leader and the quarterback of a team, you shouldn't do that. I mean, so, yeah, kind of like I don't like Micah Parsons' podcast. Joker, just play football, man. So I'm glad Aaron Rodgers stopped that. think he's a good leader. I think those guys want to go out this weekend and really get this game against Green Bay, not only for themselves, but for him as well, because they respect him like that. So I'm looking forward to a big Steeler game this weekend. Thanks again, Fee and Claude. But yeah, what you saying, Claude? Flacco is overrated. Did the Browns bench him for a rookie? Well, Claude, the Browns is the Browns. Baker Mayfield, Claude. Damn near MVP, Baker Mayfield. I mean, even the production, we've got a Juan Thornhill this year is better than he played in his 2 years in Cleveland. So, I mean, I think it's something to be said about franchises. Fee talking about Tomlin Thursday nights. Afton in the building. What up, Afton? Another general in the building. Part of the squad on a 2-minute warning. Y'all check that out. I'm going to go through all the pods coming up the next couple of days. Y'all be sure to check them out. Claude said Big Ben was a good QB, but a terrible human being. Hey, Claude. I mean, we all grow. He was a young man at the time. I'll just say that. He was young. Ben, I mean, he still kind of got to me, my opinion, still kind of have Big Ben, still kind of has a passive aggressiveness to him where he don't want to be blatant and flagrant with people, but he'll say it in a way like, where it's not direct. So I think he does a lot of that, even on his Channel 7 podcast. Well, that's his YouTube channel. Forgot the name of the podcast. But yeah, I mean, and Aaron Rodgers is just out there. We think Aaron Rodgers going to hang out in the cave for some therapeutic time and all that stuff like that. Who knows, man? But I like Aaron Rodgers, what he's done in Pittsburgh. And I didn't dislike him before. I hope he brings back discount double check Aaron Rodgers for real. So with that being said, man, let's check out these upcoming shows. Like I said already, tonight at 7:15, we got Smash the Gas with myself, the homie Big G, and the homie Curb in the building. Getting out in these streets, bending corners, spinning the block, smashing the gas. Check it out. We'll talk about Steelers wide receiver trade targets this evening and other potential trade targets. Big G always cooking something up. You'll come up with some wild trade. We're going to trade for Christian Wilkinson and anybody else. I don't know. Dexter Lawrence. Like Big G wants a D lineman now. So I think receiver's the thing. Potentially corner, maybe not. I think they want to see what Corey Trice can do before they trade for a corner. And you still got Beanie Bishop on the practice squad who has experience. So I don't think corner's the move. I think it's a wide receiver of some sort. Calvin Austin's supposed to be back this week. We'll see what that looks like. After Smash the Gas, though, we tap directly into Pump Your Brakes. Myself, Big G again, the Triple OG, Shannon White. Pump Your Brakes, the playbook game plan. We're going to talk about keys to victory for the Steelers. We all pick one. Big G said it's Steelers time possession. Steelers need to control the ball, which I agree. We'll talk about more tonight. Shannon says stop the Packers run game. I agree with that because a lot of talk in Steelers spirit yesterday about what Mike Tomlin said about Nick Herbig, and is only getting 29 snaps. I believe it was 72 plays. But the Steelers weren't typically in pass rush situations because the Bengals stayed ahead of the chains. Now, not that Herbig hasn't gotten better against the run, but Alex Highsmith right now is still better than Herbig, and the Steelers are trying to focus on stopping the run. So like I said before, you earn the right to rush the passer. You earn the right to rush the passer on what you're doing first or second down. You get it behind the sticks, you hold them to second and 8 and 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. They're probably not going to run the ball. Then you get to get after the passer, but you got to earn that. Which goes to my key to the game is pressure Jordan Love. We got to get pressure on Jordan Love. past few games, he's thrown some interceptions. I think we can haven't had a turnover in 2 games. I think we can get back on the turnover train again this week. But that's definitely pump your brakes tonight at 8:05. Friday night. Oh, wait. We got our Pick'em show tomorrow at noon, too. Be sure to check that out. Definitely appreciate you tapping in. Check out the Pick'em show tomorrow. And Friday night, we got Friday night, the homies, the AFC North matchup show. We'll be talking about the AFC North matchups for the week. The Browns play the Bears, the Patriots play the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson still hasn't practiced yet. We'll see what comes out today. The Jets and Bengals. I'll take that back. The Browns and Patriots, Bears and Ravens, Jets and Bengals, Packers and Steelers. The division record looks like to me, currently the Steelers are still in first place. With not the lead that we were anticipating having, but a lead nonetheless. B Dirt is going to be out his wife's birthday. I know Pay's birthday is this weekend. I don't know if he's going to make it or not yet, but we'll see. We got B Dirt sending one of his guys for Running Through the Jungle, special guest. The homie Jay Lacey in the building going to join us. Talk some AFC North football. Tap in for that. Saturday mornings, Big G's. Get your game day on, College Pick'em show. Then we're going to try and run back on Saturday morning after that. Run back the Jag 2G with myself and my co-hosts, Rory and Steven. It's a fun show. Did our first episode last week. Tap into that. And Sunday, the show after the Steelers game, probably kind of a little late Sunday evening. But you got myself, the chat general, the first lady of Steeler football, Afton in the building with Big G and Curb. Oh, well. Yeah, Big G's knee-jerk reactions, I'm sure. Tune in just for that because this is going to be all over the place. But, yeah, that's after the Sunday night game. We're at the 2-minute warning of the Sunday night game. If it's like we got any control, we might go a little early. We'll tap in. Tap in for all those podcasts. And then before that, on Sunday evening, we have our regular KnoItAllz podcast, the NFL 60-minute update, where we go over all the scores and the day's stuff. So, yeah, tap in, everybody. We certainly appreciate everybody for joining us. Afton says she'll be on location, too. Okay, well, just right. You're going down to the DFW, if I remember correctly, right? Okay. Big Pun say birthdays are for little kids. Grown-ass adults taking time off for a birthday is just lame as hell. Well, B Dirt's taking off for his wife's birthday. They got stuff going on. And Pay, I think it's a special birthday for him. A special number. I won't say what it is, but he's turning one of those milestone numbers. So I'll just say it like that. But yeah, with that being said, what's Fee saying? Man, the Jersey chatter will be funny. Talking about the new jerseys, the throwback jerseys. They was okay when I seen them over the summer, but I think I saw them recently and I wasn't so into them. After he's been old enough to rent a car. He's old enough to touch another decade of life. Let's just say that. And yeah, so whatever that decade is, I don't know if he just turned 20, if he just turned 30, if he just turned 40 or 50, I don't know. But he just reached one of those milestone numbers. Rob says he's tuning in to see Afton. Shout out, Rob. Tune in. We appreciate it. If I was about to get a no Diddy. Well, Cesar, let me just give myself no D so I can say what I was going to say. I was going to say, Rob, if Afton makes you come, then come on over, man. That's a definite no Diddy. I have to no Diddy again. Give it to myself.
No Diddy. You got to chill. No Diddy. You got to chill.
Yeah, so thanks, Afton, for making Rob come see the show. I have to say, big no Diddy. Rob, you can't say pause it all started because of you, bruh. Thanks, Rob. What you thanking Rob for, Afton? Something going on we don't know about out here in these Steelers streets? Afton and Felicia, what's going on here? Sheesh. Got a whole bunch of groupies just from the ladies that tap in. But yeah, man. So with all that being said, we'll get out of here to this evening. Thanks everybody for tapping in to Tate's Take. And let's give Darius Slay a chance. And let's predict the Steelers to win. We'll give our official predictions tonight, but I think we'll be pleased with what we see this weekend. I could be wrong. And Green Bay's 4-1-1. So they're a good team. But the Patriots were a good team. Who else the Steelers beat to turn out to be a good team? Somebody else. They got one more good win on their record. Can't remember who it was. Not so much Minnesota now. Not so much the Jets, the Browns. They have four wins against the Patriots. The Patriots is a good win. We get to play. Thanks, Claude. Really appreciate you, man. But yeah, that we get to play some good teams now to get a barometer to really see where we at. I believe the Packers, the Colts, and the Chargers up next. Chargers might not be good as we thought, but they got a hell of a quarterback. So Fee say Big G would be proud. Shout out, Fee. With all that being said, y'all, check us out tonight. I'm out for now. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Steeler fam, much love, and we out. Peace.
Let's go.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here.